Good morning. It is day 55 of our AT LASH of Virginia. And we've been on trail a little over an hour. I don't know, we're over a mile from camp. I'm not sure how far we've come, but it's been pretty breezy getting out of the Highlands. We're now back into the forest, and we've got probably quite a bit of uphill by the way the terrain looks. We had a decent night at the shelter last night. Gentleman came in at 10:30 and stayed in the shelter. Made all kind of ruckus. Ate food, all kinds of stuff. But we did get some sleep finally. Whew, all right, let me stop for a second. In the shade. It's warmed up a lot. It's gotten pretty warm, but we have a shelter in about 6 miles. We're going to stop at, probably have some lunch and figure out what we're going to do for the rest of the day. And this morning at the shelter, we had a gentleman stop by for breakfast at about 8 o'clock. He said he got up at 5:45 to watch the sunrise. And because he was running a little behind, he just threw everything in his pack. So he had a pack explosion so that he could repack his stuff. And I wasn't quite out of my sleeping bag yet, but it was fine. I know it was 8 o'clock. I was just finally getting some sleep. The gentleman that came in last night left the shelter a little after 6, and after all of the ruckus, I was finally able to go back to sleep. But shelter sleeping is a little difficult, just from the noise of other people, but what was really difficult was the mice. So the Wise shelter in Grayson Highlands State Park is full of mice. They were up all night long. But this is our view. We've got a little uphill, and things pretty greened out. I don't know what I think the temp's only supposed to be like 67 today, but it feels well beyond that already. We got rain coming in tomorrow and Thursday. So we have 2 really good days of rain. Not entirely sure what we're going to do. That's our view. But on the rain, we can zero at a shelter, or we can hike through it. Well, we'll have to figure it out. Who knows? Don't know how much elevation we're going to gain, but sometimes the rain bypasses the elevation. We resting, reptile. Yeah. You can see the sweat gleaning off of him, but it is warm out here. I'm going to get my hat out. All right. As always, if I see pretty stuff, I'll take pictures. Happy trails. Well, we're coming up to another gate. We've had several what I call corrals, zigzags. And what, is this our 3rd gate today?
Lost count.
We've had quite a few gates. That sounds like another gate.
Sounds like another gate. So,
yes, walking through this wilderness section outside of Grayson Highlands. Lots of gates, lots of things. Assuming I'm looking the wrong way. The trail goes to your right.
Oh?
Yep, that way.
I see.
Alright. Oh, it's about 1:30, I think. We've made it, I don't know how many, about 4-ish miles. Just not having an abundance of energy today with the lack of sleep last night, but just getting back on trail day 2. The body is sore. So we're definitely walking a little slower than we were yesterday. Gradual uphill inclines. Nothing that's major rock climbing or anything like that. But we have had a pretty rocky treadway. Rocky and rooty like always. Very cool. With the birds that we heard earlier. I don't know if I got enough audio of that. But that was crazy sounding when you first started hearing it. You're like, what in the world is going on? Because, you know, when you hear a bunch of commotion in the woods, usually something has happened. But it was just this whole flock of birds. A gentleman stopped and he had the, I think it's called the Merlin app. And he found out what kind of bird it was, but I don't remember at this time. Alright. This is what we're walking through. We're getting more of these evergreen trees than we had prior. Lots of little evergreens. So we saw a hiker. She said she's been climbing to the top of this mountain for 2 miles, and we get to go down it. She was going Sobo. So we will see what that down looks like. Alright. Alright, marching forward. Gonna catch up with Reptile. We haven't seen any Reptile today. But it got so warm, I had to change into my shorts. The breeze is helping, but man, that sun beating down on you. The thermometer in my pack said it was 77. When I took it out of my pack, changed to my shorts, went to took it back into my pack, it said it was 83. So, definitely a lot warmer with that sun beating down on you. Alright, I'm gonna get off the trail and let this person pass. That's behind us. Well, there was a person behind us.
They're coming.
Okay. Alright, how you doing today, Reptile?
Very sore.
Sore.
Very tired.
Yep. Pretty meadow view. Still rocky. It's the end of day 55. We just finished up with our dinner. We played a couple games of Rummy. I won, by the way. And I did not cheat. It wasn't my fault that he dealt me 4 aces. 4 aces was dealt to me, so I played them. But it was a good day. We had a lot of rock the last couple miles of the day. It felt like 1.7 miles took us forever because of the rocks. But made our feet hurt a little bit, so we decided to go ahead and stop at the shelter. So we did 6 miles today. And
Rocks felt like Maryland again.
yeah, the rocks felt like Maryland. It did. It was very hard. My feet, bottom of my feet were hurting a lot. And then just the instability of walking on the rocks and the roots all the time makes your ankles hurt and your knees. What would the blessing of the day be? We had we had a trash can and a pit toilet at the Scales Trailhead area, and so that was nice to have. The what else? Did we see any animals today?
No.
I don't think we saw any animals. Yesterday we had so many animals. It was just amazing. But today I don't think we got to see any horses. Saw a lot of horse poop all over the trail. It was almost hard not to step in something. So at certain points you're like, do I just make my own path or where do I go? But so we are, I think, officially out of the Highlands and into the forest. Everyone is so excited because apparently a shelter a couple miles, like 20-ish miles, maybe 19 miles ahead, is close enough that they'll deliver pizza. So everyone's talking about that as stopped by the shelter tonight. There's about 5 other tenters, and most everybody, probably about 8 to 10 people that came through this afternoon, were heading on to the next shelter because of the rain that's coming. So we're supposed to have rain the next 2 days at least. We're hoping that it's not going to be too heavy tomorrow so that we can make it to the next shelter and then just try to hunker down there for tomorrow night, because that's when I think the most of the rain is supposed to come. But I think that's all the updates we have. Whoops. Sorry, my tent's blowing everywhere. Alright, happy trails, y'all.